Mine cracked a little bit better.
And mine were just farther from the mic.
Oh,
But
whatever.
they're all cracked out now, so I can't do it. Maybe by the end of the episode, I can do it again.
Well, that's what I'll be looking forward to. I'll be looking forward to. That'll be like the big climax of the episode.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if I can include that at the start because the word climax.
The word climax, yeah. Well, you weren't
probably
saying
What's wrong
it.
about climax?
It's where it's how you came to be. I don't see why it's such an inappropriate thing.
Exactly. It's just a way of life.
Your dad climaxed, and there you are.
Now you
Well,
have
I-
Hoover's head on.
I haven't
Hopefully
thought
your
about
mother
it in a
did too,
while.
but I don't know.
I'm glad you reminded me of the fact that that's how I came to be.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to start it too vulgar because you know the new YouTube ad policies.
Yeah. The first like 7 seconds, you can't talk about the beautiful act of creating a life.
Yeah, which is truly a shame. It's
It is.
1984.
Welcome to COOLDOG, everybody. It's a long-awaited episode. We have Matthew Watson from SUPERMEGA today with us from sunny
up?
Los Angeles.
What's up, kids? It's actually it's pouring. It's raining. It's pouring. The old man is snoring. It's raining like
Ooh.
historically hard right now.
Really?
I just drove home in it. I almost crashed. It's like real bad.
I mean,
out
that
there.
would have been pretty annoying because we had this whole thing scheduled, and if you would have like died on the way home,
I would have been pretty
we-
pissed.
I mean, you would have been pissed. Me and Hooverr, we got shit to
No,
do.
I
you
would.
know what I mean?
I would have cried. I would have like sobbed. I probably would have like given up on life even.
I
think.
would have too, as they're prying me out with the jaws of life. That's no, actually, I'd probably have the will to live because I had to be on this podcast.
Oh. That's
How are you, Matthew? What's going on in your life?
I'm doing good. You know, it's a new year, fresh start. Just trying to keep it 100. Just getting back into the groove of work at over at the old Super Megaplex. You know, just that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
about
Do
you
you
guys?
miss me having? Do you miss having me laying on your couch, sitting around, just
I
being
really
kind of
do,
chill?
actually. Like, my place has been incredibly lonely. I still have my Christmas tree up, so that keeps me company because it's got like flashing lights on it. So when I come downstairs, there's some sort of stimulation. But I do miss having you on my couch, and I miss having you on my couch too, Hooverr.
I know. I honestly I've talked about it so many times how like some of the best sleep in my life has been on that couch. Like I felt
That's a
truly
good
at
ass
home on that
couch, right?
It's a good ass couch. I loved it.
It's from
I miss
IKEA.
it, man.
It misses
Really?
you too.
Oh my gosh. I'm so
You know,
glad
I
miss it.
I got a pull out upstairs, up in this room now. So
Ooh, okay.
next
Living
time you come to
bougie.
visit, you know. But I don't know if you got such good sleep on the couch downstairs, then it's all yours. But
I mean, I'm down to try out every single room in the house. I mean, I'm not going to, exclude myself from anything.
I could try out my
I slept on
bedroom,
that
too.
pullout. I slept on that pullout for a good couple of weeks, and I had a good time up there.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, we had our little
forgot.
walkie-talkies.
You stayed here for a while. I forgot.
Yeah,
it was
it was-
like in my mind it was like a week, but in reality it was like, how long was it?
I think it was close to a month. Like I don't think it was
Yeah.
a full month, but it was close to it.
Dude, I must have like amnesia or something because like so many memories, like even in the last like 2 years, I'm just like, that happened? Okay.
Yeah, and I think what's become like increasingly difficult is trying to place all of them because like I'll be like,
Yeah.
something happened, but like I have no idea when that happened because honestly, the LA trip feels like it was.
That
It
doesn't
was
feel like last
years
year.
ago. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it feels. I honestly don't even feel like the same person at all. So it's just kind of bizarre thinking back at it. And a lot happened as well when we were in LA because I remember you were preparing for your little boxing match.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah,
I won.
He
yeah,
did win.
You won.
Don't
You
need to
won
make
in
a
our
big deal.
hearts.
And he won it
I
on
won
Joe
the ring.
Rogan. That was a big thing. You won on Joe
I
Rogan.
did, yeah. That was one of the biggest moments of my career.
I saw that clip and I couldn't believe that it was real.
Well, someone DM'd me and was like, "Yo, you're on Joe Rogan today," and I was like, I thought it was just another meme, and then they sent me a timestamp and I went to it and I was like, oh, he's probably just talking about like an actual father-son boxing match, and people are just like memeing on it, and then he pulled up the clip and I was like, oh no, he's actually talking about me.
He's
So
so baffled about how like everyone was cheering for dad. He's like, everyone's cheering for the dad to beat up his own son. Like you're supposed to go in there and just mess him around a little bit.
Yeah,
And
just
like,
tap
that's
him up a little
heartbreaking.
bit.
it was so sad.
I
Everyone's
get
cheering for
the
him.
son got a little bit cocky, but like you're supposed to just tap him up a little bit.
Yeah, you're supposed to just touch him up a little bit, you know?
Exactly.
I love
Joe
he's still
Rogan's about to
advocating
cry.
for like beating your son. He's like, just touch him up a little bit. You know?
He's like, you can go in there, you can hit him up a little bit. Like, don't give him concussed. Like, don't fucking like smack him too hard.
Don't damage his pituitary gland. He's gonna have depression for the rest of his life.
Exactly.
I just can't believe that he built up that whole narrative in his head. Like he's clearly like thought about it.
My favorite thing about it is like he's probably at home on his like couch or in bed, and someone sends him the clip, and he watches it, and I wish I could have just seen his face watching that clip, because the thing is, when he's watching that, you know that he's just like, oh man.
Oh my god!
And like it deeply like upset him enough to where he had to talk about it on his show with such like emotion. I wonder, like, he just watched it, puts his phone down. He's like, oh man, oh, poor guy.
So for anyone that doesn't know, Matthew was in a little influencer boxing match in May, was it? In Tampa, Florida, Creator Clash. He went up against Nathan Barnett, probably one of the most ripped middle-aged men I've ever seen in my life. Very strong.
He's a strong fucking dude.
He's very, like, when I shook hands with him, like I felt the punches that you had to take from him. Like, he has power.
It's not even just that he has power, it's that he has like such raw determination for it. Like even if he was like weak as shit, like he just got out of like a extensive stint in the hospital for hair plugs or something, he would still kick my ass because he has such determination. You know,
God.
What do you remember about that fight? Because it was a very short one.
Okay, well, you didn't have to mention that. You could just say, "What did you remember about the fight?" And I'd give you the same answer. Basically, I went in, and then that was the biggest crowd I've ever been in front of. That was 11,000 people in the stadium, and then 100,000 people watching live. Including like loved ones and stuff. Usually when I go live on the internet or I make a video, I know that like, oh, you know, like my aunt's not watching this live. My dad and his friends aren't watching it with like judgmental eyes. So I got up in there and like I knew I was gonna get my ass beat. Like I accepted that long before the fight. I still trained and everything, but I was like, yeah, I'm getting my ass beat. But you know, it's for charity. It'll be a fun show. Put on a good show. And then, dude, when I was standing in that corner, I don't really get like nervous in front of crowds, but that was the first time like my legs and my arms started going a little numb, and I was like, oh my god, like the feeling like you're almost about to pass out, and I was like, well, shit. And then you're supposed to do a glove tap before you start, and the ref just went like go, and I was like, oh, are we doing the glove? And then it started, and then from then on it was just a bunch of like flashes of light. I remember very sparsely, just like I remember the feeling of just being absolutely knocked around, just like flash of light, motion blur, flash of light, motion blur. And the head punches didn't hurt that bad. It was the body shots when he'd come up and he would like crank it up and like drive it straight up into my liver, and that was the most painful part. Towards the end, he got this one body shot on me that was like one of the most painful things I've ever felt in my life. But the adrenaline is so high from A, fighting, and B, being in front of such a big crowd that like you don't really feel it. Which is why I immediately beelined it to the bar backstage and got hammered on a severe concussion. So not the best idea.
I do remember, like after the fight, we were in your hotel room, and you came up to me and you were like, "Hey, let's take some pictures together just in case I die tonight." And I was like, "What?"
Oh my god! I had a pretty severe concussion. I had to get an MRI and everything.
Me and Freddie always talk about that night because we were a little bit scared.
Yeah, a couple people were scared about me. I hadn't really been like drinking because I'd been training. So then finally, like when the fight was over, I survived. I was like, I'm getting drunk, and then I got pretty drunk. And apparently you're not supposed to get blackout drunk on a severe concussion hours after you got it. You know, apparently you're supposed to go to the hospital right away or something, but I don't know. Times have changed, so I went out and I got drunk, and then we went to a party at Criticals, and I got more drunk.
Yeah, that was legendary. That little warehouse.
That was legendary. You know, I was the king of the party.
You were like the hero.
Yeah, I was. I don't remember much of that party.
I honestly don't even remember a lot either. It just felt like we all kind of crowded in that warehouse, and then
We crowded in that
left.
warehouse, and then if you look at pupils from that night, or if you look at pictures from that night, my pupils are literally like the size of my entire iris,
Oh my
which is a sign of a concussion. And my eyes didn't stop doing that for like 4 months. Like every night they would just blow up. I'm good now though. I'm good now. I went to a neurologist.
What did they say? They said, yeah, this is pretty bad stuff.
They were like, oh, looks like you had a concussion.
Oh.
I mean, they charged me a bunch of money and sent me on my way.
This is
pretty cool.
I know that Freddie had a lot of fun at that party, the little warehouse party, because he was hanging out with that cop the entire night. I don't know if you knew that. There was
He's a big supporter of the police, so
yeah. It was like
he
his
raps
dream
about
come
it in his
true.
music a lot.
I forgot about that.
You got to meet an officer of the law.
Was he really hanging out with a cop?
Yeah, there was. Did you not? I mean, I guess you wouldn't remember. There was a.
I got exceptionally wasted, and I had a severe concussion that was only hours old. So a night was just a lot of not remembering.
I just remember. Yeah, I remember like me and you. We didn't really hang out a lot of that party because we were both like in separate corners. Sometimes I would like run into you, and I would see you in like a random corner talking to someone. But I honestly I couldn't trace back what you did that night. It was like you were kind of off on your own little adventure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fred, there was like this cop that apparently was like friends with Critical or something. He was just hanging out at the warehouse with his police car.
Oh, it's like a Blue Lives Matter Critical. What's going on here? You said friends with a cop?
Freddie Bang the Blue. That was a fun time though. I'm excited for Creator Clash too.
Me too. Freddie like mentioned something about it to me.
Yeah, Ryan and I are not fighting, but we do have a level of involvement in it. But that's all I can say about that right now.
That's exciting. It was probably the most fun weekend I had last year, so I'm excited to go again.
Our involvement, I think, is much better than fighting, and I'm a lot more excited to do it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you won't get beat up this year.
Hopefully not.
Or will you?
I don't know. It depends.
Would you ever do it again though?
I don't think so. Just because like it was an undertaking to have to train so much.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, I did train for 6 months. You wouldn't know from the fight. But I did train for 6 months. And it was like a very big undertaking. And then also just like subjecting yourself to that type of like potential brain damage and concussions and stuff. Not really something I'm that keen on doing again, but I'm glad I did it. It was a good experience. I just don't know if I want to do that again. I love Creator Clash, and I think it's a cool thing, and I want to be involved in it in years to come. I just don't know if maybe if it was just the right person. I've always said Fred would be like, if he agreed to fight me, I would do it. I actually asked him, and he said no. So
Damn.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was very and when I asked Ian from Smosh, he also said no. But I get it. I get people saying no because it's like, hey, do you want to undergo 6 months of intensive training and get beat up someone in front of a bunch of people? So
that's the thing is like after the event happened, I think everybody was kind of like they were kind of excited by the idea of potentially doing it, but there is that part that you don't think of, which is just like for 6 months you kind of just have to completely change your routine and stuff.
Yeah.
If you think about just the event, it's like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to do that. And then you're like, all right, you got to wake up at 8 every morning for 4 days a week and do intensive hour-long training that's going to kick your ass. Have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, also, you can't drink. You got to eat very specific. So have fun with that. So, yeah. Honestly, what sucks is I could have just not trained, honestly, with the way the fight went. And the outcome would have been the same. I didn't have to waste all that time with my fucking trainer every morning, you know?
I can attest to the fact that you did go hard. I remember like the time that I was at your house, you would come home and you'd be like limping from all the running you were doing. So you were putting in the work. And I think this is what I like told you at the end of it, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like an experience that I think you can be very proud of, you know? Like not a lot of people can say they did that.
I'm not gonna lie, I liked the way my fight turned out. I'm glad it went that way. It was fun. And then Joe Rogan talked about it. So
I know. I was gonna say you got Joe Rogan.
What more can you ask? Yeah, he felt bad for me and my little 17-year-old self. Yeah.
I forgot about that too. He's really young. Like he's got to be like 17,
16,
18,
17.
Like and his dad's wailing on him, just winding up punches and wailing on him. And he was like, I'm about to cry.
And it made me so sad. I was so sad. It's the way he like pauses and says, and also the fact that he's like blazed out of his mind and he's wearing like an astronaut onesie while he says it. that just like made it so much better for me.
The Joe Rogan experience.
My god, man!
I got the Joe Rogan experience.
That guy is more gone than ever. I think he is really
Would you go on?
If he invited me, I would go on 100%. I would be really nervous because I'd be like, all these people would probably hate me, but I'll go on just to say I did it. Would you?
I'd go on Joe Rogan if I was invited. I don't know what I'd talk about or what I'd say.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is like I don't have anything to fucking say to him.
So you're like from like Estonia, right?
Yes.
Where's that at exactly?
They got cars over there? Like what's the deal?
Yeah, Joe, we have cars and we have moose. You like moose, Joe, don't you?
No, you got moose over there. What's that
we
like?
got moose. It's
I saw this guy. This guy was talking about how moose blood actually has an extra chromosome in it that humans don't have.
Oh.
And apparently you can drink this stuff and you don't get like superpowers, but apparently like your pineal gland becomes like charged from it. I just saw that.
Oh wow. Well, I have moose in my country and I've never done that, Joe, but that's interesting.
So Estonia,
wait, I know that he likes elk. Is elk what is an elk?
That's like a kind of deer, right?
It's like a buff deer.
Oh.
I don't know. It's like a Pokemon evolution of a deer. It's like the better version of a deer.
Oh
Joe
yeah.
Rogan fucking hunts them down and like eats them.
Because apparently elk meat is superior. It's good for you.
Yeah, the way he fucking hunts too is like insane. We're like, I remember I listened to a clip of him talk about hunting elk, and he's like, yeah, I just like get my backpacking gear and go with my buddies, and we go like hiking in the woods for like hours on end, and I lose like 20 pounds usually per trip.
That
I'm like,
sounds
what
miserable.
the fuck is your problem? It's like he's like walking miles on end, like trying to fucking find like an elk, and then he shoots it. And he's like, all right, that's it. We did it,
That's
guys.
miserable.
I know.
Oh my
You guys ever been hunting?
No.
I went once as a kid. A bunch like my dad was friends with a bunch of these hunters, and nothing actually happened on the trip that I went. But then they came back like a couple days later and killed like a bunch of deer. So I wasn't there for that.
I've never been hunting myself. No.
I if there was anyone that I know that would have been, it would have been one of you guys because you're like Kentucky and South Carolina. Like I feel like those are like hunting places.
I'm from Kentucky.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking. Okay, gotcha.
Ryan McGee's from Kentucky with me. I know.
Damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, no, I never wanted to go hunting. I felt too bad. Call me a baby.
I don't really like it.
Call me a P word. Go ahead. I don't care. I'll never take
you guys ever gone
fishing
life. Though? You gone fishing?
I have gone fishing. You know what they say. They say forgot the saying I was gonna say.
Oh, I was really looking forward to it.
It happens.
A bad day of fishing is still better than a good day at work. There you go.
Ooh, okay.
There you go. Nice.
That's a good phrase.
It took a second. After I got punched so hard, the neurons don't move as fast.
Yeah.
He damaged my pituitary gland.
I went fishing once with my cousin's boyfriend at the time, and he yelled at me a bunch. So I didn't really have like a great time. But
why'd he yell at you?
I don't know. Like I think I was kind of a wimp as a kid, and I think he like hated that. Yeah, believe it or not, man, I was not the strongest man around.
I never would have guessed that. I would have thought you were so strong and like so muscular as a kid.
No, yeah, I think he was just kind of like aggravated by the fact that I was a little bit like girly. And he like
as he should be.
Yeah, I mean it's in his right. I let him down as a son, basically. But yeah, I want to go fishing someday.
I thought you said it was your cousin's boyfriend.
Yeah, I was gonna say your cousin's boyfriend. You're like,
is your cousin's boyfriend your dad?
It was like a bonding trip because that's what it was like. That's what they were kind of trying to make it into because like he was a part of the family now. So like take the boy out and like show him how to fish because that's what you do.
Part of the family just being the boyfriend.
What?
He was part of the family just from being the boyfriend?
Well, yeah, he was like a little bit of like a long-term moment at that point, but then
it's like Edward and Bella.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you watched Twilight recently. I've I'm really excited to talk
I've been
to you
itching
about
to
this.
talk to you about this, man. Hooverr, just mute your mic. You can go in the other room for a bit if you want.
All right, guys.
Have
I'll
you
see
seen
later.
Twilight?
I have seen Twilight. I saw it like last year around like July-ish. We watched like all the movies, and that was pretty good.
I just watched them all back to back, all 5 of them.
Yeah, I
Oh my
marathoned
God.
them recently too. What was? Do you have any like thoughts about it that you're dying to get off your chest?
Well, let me clarify something first. I put on my Instagram story that I had
I
watched
saw
them,
that.
and I made a mistake. I confused them in my head, and I put I was Team Jacob when I meant to put Team Edward, and I it's hard to backpedal that one.
Yeah.
I'm Team Edward. Let me just make that clear, okay?
Yeah.
Jacob's a freak. All right,
I,
the whole baby
I think
thing.
most people, if like a gun was put to their head, they would be Team Edward.
Plus, I love Robert Pattinson. He's one of my favorite
Yeah.
actors, and he's handsome as hell. And Taylor
100%.
Lautner was, yeah, he was Shark Boy, but in the whole movie series, he was a bit of a douche, you know. She basically cheated right in front of him, and then Edward just like didn't even care. He was like,
Dude, that fucking tent scene is crazy, man.
"Well, bro,"
He's straight.
he's spooning her right in front of him.
It's
fucking crazy.
Shirtless. He's, like the lead up to that scene is so fucking stupid too, because they like took her to the mountains and they were like, "Oh, she won't get cold. We'll just fucking bring a tent." And then she's like, "Whoa!" And then as soon as, oh. And then Jacob was like, "Well, I mean, I guess we only have one option here. I gotta spoon your girlfriend." And they have this like weird conversation over her, like Jesus fucking Christ. But
Well,
then
she's just like laying there, and he's like, "You know, you warm up faster if you took your clothes off," which is like crazy, dude. No, I really didn't like Jacob any of the series. He was always just like, just get out of here, man. Just leave it be. Just let them love each other.
he wasn't very good at taking hints. He was, but then also like there were points where I was like, I don't know what Bella's doing. Like I don't know why Bella is like kind of into this.
Like once she kissed Jacob, I was like, she just sucks. Like honestly, like I pick whatever side you want with the guys, but like Bella kind of just sucks here, like all around.
No, yeah, a lot of her developments don't really make sense. Like, why does she want to? I guess it's because in some of the movies they try to kind of show like she's an adrenaline junkie. That's why she really wants to become a vampire, because that's what she's like really into. Yeah, dude, the fucking motorcycle.
It's crazy.
Literally the fucking weirdest scene ever. The most fucking out of pocket shit I've ever
I
seen.
think the weirdest scene was in the first movie was the baseball scene.
Oh, that one went hard though.
That was a good scene.
The first movie was the worst, I think. And then they got a budget and they started getting better. But then the last movie, all of a sudden the effects went back to like the quality of the first one.
The fucking baby, like the little Snapchat filter baby is so
that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, if anyone could be Team Jacob after the fucking shit that he has with that baby, I don't know, like, what are you as a fucking human
being? That was
being?
the thing.
It's like,
I was like, what?
Because
the second he imprinted on the baby, I was like, my jaw was dropped. I was like, are you serious? And I was like, okay, well, maybe he's just like really gonna look out for her. Like he's not gonna fall in love with her. And then it shows that flash forward where they're all walking on the beach together. And I'm like,
all right. God.
Okay.
It was just like, because there was a moment where Bella clearly objected to it. She was like, "You imprinted on my baby," because that's like a normal fucking reaction, right? And then
a grown man imprinted on my baby, I'd be pissed.
No, yeah, like I'd say that's like a good role to have overall. Like, but then it just like it just cuts forward to the future, and like they're all driving in a car together, and like fucking Jacob is sitting next to the kid in the back seat. Like, what the fuck, dude? How are you allowing this?
So gross.
They had to protect the baby, and Jacob was the only one that could do it. Have you seen Edward's frail wrist? He's not gonna be able to protect the baby against evil.
Edward did get pretty cucked later on in the series. Like
Yeah,
he starts
100%.
off pretty alpha, but he turns into a pretty big beta. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
He could like watch Bella just have sex with Jacob in front and be like, "I'm just glad you're happy, Bella."
I mean, literally though, like right after when they walk out of the tent and then Bella runs after Jacob and then they kiss and Bella comes back and goes to Edward like, and then Edward just he just is okay with it. I think honestly, there is some kind of like a weird dynamic going on. It's a triangle moment.
She walks up to Edward and she's like, so that just happened. And Edward is just like, "It's okay, Bella. It's all right." And then they just hug. It's weird.
The wedding when like Edward sets up that little meetup for them.
Yeah.
and then Jacob gets really pissed when he finds out they're gonna have sex. He's like, "What? No. All his little werewolf buddies need to fucking pull up and like hold him back because he gets so aggravated at the thought of it.
I know. It's a great movie franchise. I hope they make more.
It is. I
She
I
wrote.
think it
She
needs a-
rewrote the first book, but gender swapped it.
Really?
Yeah. It's
I heard that she's like a huge Mormon. She's like a conservative Mormon woman. That's like her.
That would
her
make
little
sense.
business.
You know where Twilight came from, right?
Where?
9/11.
No,
Well, like it kind of did, didn't it?
Well, I was gonna say it was 50 Shades of Grey fan fiction. I don't know
Yeah.
about 9/11.
Oh,
And then
They're
Fifty
one
Shades
and
of
the same.
Grey, there's like there's like some kind of like weird ass like
The
parallel.
towers were gray.
The towers were gray, and Edward.
There was 50 of them.
There were 50 of them. The Pentagon, 50 sides of the Pentagon, and then the Twilight happened. I think
Well, actually someone mentioned to me the 9/11 Twilight thing. Now I gotta look that up.
because I remember it's like something about like is it like My Chemical Romance happened because of 9/11 too?
9/11 led to 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, so it has nothing.
Really?
It has nothing to do. Yeah, that's okay. Then I got it mixed up. I thought it was.
I mean,
fucking
it's still
Twilight
correct.
That happened.
Twilight wouldn't have happened without the September 11th terrorist attacks by Al Qaeda. Damn it!
We gotta get out there.
I'm still not over it.
This is crazy, man. 9/11 really did change the world. What the fuck?
Yeah, it
No,
canceled
yeah.
Forrest Gump too.
Is that also true?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
Forrest Gump 2
movie-
was in the works, and then 9/11 happened, and they were just forget it. Just never mind.
Tom Hanks tried to make Forrest Gump 2, but sequel talks died in 40 minutes.
Because 9/11 happened in those 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
All
say.
right, guys,
like-
let's talk about Forrest Gump 2. You guys hear something?
What's that? Throw in the news. Throw in the news.
Never mind. I was gonna make a really bad joke.
Dude, I can't believe
imagining-
that.
Never mind.
No, go ahead.
You don't have to keep it in. I was gonna say like it's ended in 40 minutes because like they're in the boardroom at like the top floor of the North Tower. All right, guys, let's talk Forrest Gump.
What's that out that window?
It's been 21 years. Isn't that the joke? Like the rule that like you can laugh about something after 21 years.
More people died from COVID. Let's talk about that. Fauci.
I don't want to talk about that because no one actually died from COVID, Hooverr.
Oh.
I don't want to hear your BS propaganda.
Uh-oh.
Talk about Twilight more.
We haven't gotten a COVID warning in a few episodes now, so that's actually good. We're good. We're back on track.
We're
Because
back
all
on
of our
it.
episodes on Spotify used to have COVID warnings because we would always just like,
If you
Joke
bring
about
it
like
up, does that
vaccines and
happen?
Dr. Fauci. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, we did that last episode. I think let me see if that one got a.
Oh
warning.
yeah, because I did a bit where I was like from the future, and I said that Dr. Fauci becomes president, and that Elon Musk gets assassinated on Mars, and then maybe that's why it got flagged.
You could easily like if you were amongst the first humans on Mars, like there's no laws. And also
Yeah.
like you can get away without consequences because if you go to Mars, you're not coming home already. Like there's no way to get you back.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just break the law. Like what are the police? There's no police on Mars.
No, that's what I was saying. I was like, people go to Mars with Elon Musk, and then somebody takes like a space rocket and chucks out Elon Musk's head, and he dies. And then like, what's going to happen then? Like, oh, he's just dead. You're
Yeah,
really
he's
gonna rest
just
on
dead.
Mars? No.
I feel like
A boy
if
can
we
dream.
do get we
Mhm.
do get to the point where they're all going to Mars, Elon Musk is definitely he's gonna sit back a little bit and like wait for all the people to like they can like build the houses and then like die because their suits are like shitty and stuff. He's gonna wait until like the fucking 4th update where he'll probably be like, okay, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I wonder if he will
Because-
go.
Yeah.
I could see him being like, I'm going to Mars. And then he just gets on a fucking ship and goes. Back to his home planet.
I can't wait for him to be on Mars, and he's like, guys, the official currency of Mars is Dogecoin. You can only fucking buy shit on Mars with Dogecoin.
Dude, I mean, the
That's what I'm
price
hoping
would
for.
skyrocket and I'd be rich.
You go Dogecoin to
That
the
is
moon.
true. I have like a bunch
Dogecoin
of
to Mars.
Dogecoin from like 2011.
I have some Dogecoin sitting around somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just
probably
sitting.
not doing too good nowadays.
Probably doing great. I probably got a couple $1 million in there.
Ooh.
Way back in the day, like I'm like way back in the day.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy some Dogecoin, and I didn't. I thought it was stupid. And if I had actually bought the Dogecoin at the time and the amount back then, it would have been $5 million. In 2021
Damn.
Really?
for like
Oh
a
my
day
God.
when it exploded. So that would have been cool. But you know, you win some, you lose
Dogecoin's
some.
gonna keep you up at night.
Oh, it does, dude. Doge keeps me up at night. Did you hear Doge is like terminally ill?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I when I heard that, I was surprised because I thought it died like years ago. But then I remember that's Grumpy Cat. Grumpy Cat died.
Grumpy Cat passed away, unfortunately.
R.I.P. the goat.
Yeah. Well, it was a cat, but
still, you know,
gotcha.
All of our fucking childhood heroes are dying. 9 Cat's next, probably. 9 Cat's probably got something brewing.
No, don't say that. It's
Jimmy Carter's next.
No, he's not.
If Jimmy Carter dies, I'm going with him.
I looked him up the other day, and I was like, he's still alive?
He is.
Oh,
yeah,
his time's coming.
He's still building those houses.
He's living back on the peanut farm. How old is he, dude? He looks
He's
old
like
as shit.
98. I think he's like 98 or 99.
He's 98. He turns 99 this year. He turns 100 next year.
Is he going to make it to 100, do you guys think?
Let's hope so. He's still so young. He still has so much life to live.
He's got a lot of youth in him still. I just remember seeing
He's still got a second term in him.
I think I'm writing him in 2024. We need to start that movement to bring Jimmy Carter back. I really I don't know how to find it. I just saw this one video in like history class where like all the media is like outside his church, and he walks out the double doors like, y'all want to come inside and pray with us? And it's just like that clip. It looked like such a nice guy.
He's a good Christian man with good values and a good peanut farm.
He does have a good. Well, he had a peanut farm. I don't know if he ever got it back.
He didn't get it back? What? I thought he had it still.
He had to give it up for the presidency, man.
What?
Oh yeah, man. He's not looking too good, man. Dude, he's looking terrifying, if I'm being honest.
Dude, on our COOLDOG account, we reported his death. We said, because Aksel found this like one tweet from like this random ass account that claimed that Jimmy Carter had passed away, and then all these people were like saying, "No, this isn't real." So then we just copied and pasted it on our account, and it's like flagged
doing
for, like,
the right thing.
media.
It got a little bit of. Oh my god! What happened to his eye?
He looks like a Walking Dead
14
zombie.
stitches and a black eye. Jimmy Carter is back building homes alongside others. Dude, they will not stop this guy from building houses. He's gonna keep building.
He's got 1 foot in the grave. A little more than that. He's slowly climbing down into it, and he's like 80% in. Just the tip of his head's out.
The tip of his head.
That's
what
fucking...
a goofball, man. Look at this old asshole. No! No! Donald Trump announces that Diamond of Diamond and Silk has passed away.
What was that? I thought you were gonna say Jimmy Carter passed away on the podcast.
He put a post out. Really bad news for Republicans and frankly all Americans. Our beautiful Diamond of Diamond and Silk has just passed away at her home in the state she loves so much, North Carolina.
Who is that?
Yeah, I don't even know who Diamond and Silk is.
Wait, you guys don't know who Diamond and Silk are?
No.
Yeah, who is that?
There was this pair of sisters that were super pro MAGA and pro Trump, and they would just make videos about it, so they went viral, and then Trump would like shout them out and stuff. But they went by Diamond and Silk.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen them.
They were big for a minute.
Wow, and then now one of them passed.
Right while we're
17
talking
minutes
about
ago.
Jimmy Carter, did we misdirect our?
Isn't that insane? Like Jimmy Carter outlived them. Like that's kind of crazy to think about.
Jimmy Carter outlived Diamond from Diamond and Silk. This is,
and he had a fucking early like late start kind of in a way where like he had so many years. It could have been very easily Jimmy Carter passes away first, but still alive.
Jimmy Carter's outlived a lot of people.
I think he might outlive me. Like I feel like that would be like my fucking luck because of how many times we make fun of Jimmy Carter.
Some of these like older dudes, like the really rich, famous older dudes, just look like they're starting to look like maybe these like billionaires do have some kind of like serum they get from like eating babies, and it keeps them alive. Like they just won't die, but they can continue to age because they're getting old and they look bad. And it's like maybe they do have like some kind of serum, and like they're just cursed with staying alive now, but they're gonna continue aging because like some of them really should be dead. I say we
It's like that one old ass dude who kept getting like heart transplants, even though like they kept.
Didn't he have like 12?
Yeah, that's like a lot of fucking hearts, man. That's like fucking demonic. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like the bathroom, but I'm looking at Jimmy Carter right now. I honestly think he should be lined up and shot. I gotta use the bathroom.
Go use the bathroom.
Wow, he just left us with that.
I know. I'm glad that like he was very considerate at the beginning to like not say like climax, but then he's like, I hope the former president gets shot. You know, that's good for the.
Do
pod.
you like? Here's the thing: is right. If we're having this candid like everything's on the table, let's get it all out about Jimmy.
Oh, I will.
He's still building these houses. How much is he actually helping at this point?
I think like you know how like you're like playing a game and like there's that little cousin that comes around and you're like, hey, can I play? And then you like hand it like a remote and then they act like they're playing, but they're not actually playing. I feel like they're giving like Jimmy Carter like a paintbrush that doesn't have any paint on it. And since he's like just really old, he's just like up against the walls, like, I'm painting the walls. And then they're like, good job, Jimmy, good job. Like you're doing so good. But like there's no paint on the paint, like the fucking paintbrush. So like he's doing nothing.
I mean, he's built more houses than I have. I gotta say that.
I mean, but how many houses actually has he built in general? Like, has he actually just been
That's
like,
a good question.
Fuck it. I'm going to build a house right now.
Jimmy Carter house count.
Jimmy Carter owns 2 homes, but has made 20,000 suburban homes.
Jimmy Carter lives in a $167,000 house. Hey, that's worth more than mine. How many has he built though?
He's made over $20 million building houses.
What if they're not even like for like charity? They're for like these like huge corporations. These like landlord corporations. Literally. Jimmy I think Carter's the Austin house was built by Jimmy Carter actually.
Really? Oh my God. That makes a lot of sense now.
Jimmy Carter built.
Hope you didn't have too much fun without me.
Oh, we had a blast.
We're talking about how many houses Jimmy Carter has been making.
No,
Does he make houses?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he builds houses.
Was he on Home Makeover? Extreme Home Makeover?
Oh, is that the one where they're like, move that bus?
Yeah, they should have had him host it.
I used to love that show. The Carters and volunteers built 157 houses.
Damn.
All right.
That's a lot of houses.
I'm gonna write him in as king in the next election. Emperor Carter.
Emperor Carter.
Dude, that's what I missed the most about you staying with me was just the Trump impressions.
Emperor Carter, the great old Emperor Carter. He's gonna croak at 100. He's not gonna make it at 99. He's gonna die soon.
Hooverr has the best impressions, man. That guy's the impression.
Fantastic.
Guy.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Can you do Peter Griffin?
Lois. I can't do Peter really well, but I remember I can do Brian, and then Aksel will be like, "Oh, that's all right, Stewie," but I don't know. I got to work on my Family Guy.
Holy crap!
Donald Trump. This reminds me of the one time I saw Jimmy Carter building a house.
Hey, Peter.
Hey.
Yeah, hey, Peter.
Yo, Swanston.
Swanston.
Have you seen? Yeah, okay. Everybody always calls me out. At this point, I haven't watched back to TikTok. No, it is Swanson, but in the TikTok,
there's a TikTok sound that says Swanston.
Oh, yeah. That's like, messed up.
It's like Peter Griffin, Glenn Quagmire, Cleveland Brown, and then it's Joe Swanston.
Hi, Peter.
Peter.
Ooh, wait a minute, that was good.
Jimmy Carter.
Peter, Jimmy Carter died. I can't do it. It's awful.
Turn on the news. Jimmy Carter croaked.
So unfortunate.
And then they would show him dead and then pan over to a frog that like smiles at the camera.
It would be Jimmy Carter like on the ground, like in the Family Guy, like on the ground position where like his hands be on his back.
I want to see Trump talking about Family Guy clips. He's laying there on his back and he's got his arm behind his back. It's tremendously funny.
There's a
We
little
love
baby.
the Family Guy.
Little baby, he's British. He's got a British accent. He's got talking dog. Brian, the great Brian. And he's a talking dog, and they go on. They have misadventures. They go across galaxies and dimensions. Oh, that's a great show. But nobody likes Meg. Nobody likes Meg.
God.
You guys ever think about how cool it would be to like get one of those
Go on a date with Meg?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Quagmire. No, if like,
oh,
I guess this is kind of like going back to the presidential conversation of like, I always think about, I would love to have like Hillary and Bill in a room and like have a conversation with them where whatever I ask, they have to give me the honest response. Cause I feel like those motherfuckers, they know a lot. And I want to like kind of,
they do.
I want to pick their little brains.
I feel like they know a lot.
Give Bill a little doobie.
I'd be like, listen, Hill, be honest. Aliens, are they real? Because like she has to know, right? Like if they are real, like
Yeah.
she'd be one of those people that would know, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Bill would have told her at least. Like if he
The
did, if she
president
didn't know,
doesn't get to
Bill
know
would
that
have told him.
stuff.
What do you mean? Wait, Bill doesn't get to know about the aliens?
The presidents don't get to know about that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
Or maybe that's what they
Bill
say.
did.
Actually,
I did see a clip of Bill on James Corden, and he was like, "Well, I they don't have aliens in Area 51, but I went to Hawaii, and the scientists said they might exist."
I went to Hawaii, not without Hill. And
That's what he said too. He's like, "I went to Hawaii with Hillary."
Hillary.
Have you guys ever heard of the Jimmy Carter UFO incident?
Is this
No.
real? Jimmy
Yeah.
Carter UFO? Oh
He
my
saw
God.
a UFO while in Leary, Georgia, while serving as governor of Georgia. He filed a statement, everything. But the crazy thing about Jimmy Carter is this is also alien related. This is Ed Harris said this. Hold on, I gotta. Jimmy Carter cried after being briefed about classified information regarding UFOs. Largely believed to be a true
God.
story by serious researchers on the subject. So that means by dudes on r/UFO. According to the story that was corroborated by more than one witness, U.S. presidents are only given a cursory overview of the subject. The CIA runs the program, apparently, and they only provide information on the president on a need-to-know basis. So Carter is a deeply religious man who had witnessed a UFO with 6 other people. So he kept trying to get information. The CIA stonewalled him, and eventually they had the talk. But afterwards, it was reported that he sunk his head in his hands and not only began to deeply sob, but was visibly disturbed for some weeks after. What do you think Jimmy
God.
Carter was
Jesus.
told?
You're
I think-
crazy.
You're gonna die at 60. I eat healthy.
What are you, my peanuts that lived to 98? I'll tell you.
I think he was told that aliens created us, and it made him lose his faith, and that's why he was so distraught.
And that's why he built houses to distract himself.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how he distracts himself. He really can't do any other hobby other than like going into houses, like painting the goddamn walls and like building a fucking set of stairs.
Aliens can't see me in here.
They can see me on the peanut farm, but they can't see me in the homes.
When I'm out picking peanuts, they could see me, but when I'm inside painting, hell no. I do love Jimmy Carter.
God.
No, I do love him. Like, I will be a little bit sad when he dies because it just it's a comforting thought that he's out there somewhere roaming, you know?
I know. And then
probably what
these
he's
jokes
doing.
will like
Probably-
kind of be more sad.
Has no idea where he is, and he's in his underwear in the middle of a shopping mall roaming around. Out there roaming.
Can you imagine that was like on TMZ? Jimmy Carter in underwear found walking around Walmart aimlessly, not knowing where he was.
That would honestly just be so sad. So that's not even funny. So I don't even know why you'd bring that up.
Because of the UFOs. Do you not realize that it could become the UFOs problem?
I don't
He
like
got
those
abducted?
jokes. Hoover, I don't like those jokes.
Oh, you don't like those jokes. Oh, okay. Well, what about Jimmy Carter's musical that's set to premiere off Broadway? Just found that right now. I'm not joking. I was like looking up the Jimmy Carter UFO thing. I was like, is this real? And I found in Atlanta magazine, Jimmy Carter musical to premiere off Broadway. President Carter's character will be featured as a time-traveling environmentalist in an off-Broadway play. This is
You
like
guys
in
got,
2014.
You guys got plans next month?
I mean,
Jimmy
I got
Carter,
pretty
rock
open.
and roll president. Starring Greg Allman of the Allman Brothers, Bono, Garth Brooks, Jimmy Buffett,
Bono?
Roseanne Cash, Bob Dylan, Willie Nelson, Paul Simon. What the fuck? What the hell is this, dude?
Dude, they got the A-team for fucking Jimmy Carter.
You can watch it.
Oh my fucking god! I'm obsessed with this man. Like, I think
Dude,
this has been.
I
like-
hope he doesn't die in the coming days or weeks.
We need to interview
Yeah.
him before he dies. We need to get him on COOLDOG.
Yeah, get him on
We-
COOLDOG.
Does he have Twitter? Like, can I DM him?
I think that's the least of concerns. I don't think
I don't
he
know if he's ever
understands,
picked up a phone, like a cell
I
phone.
was gonna say, I don't know if he knows how to even get on this website and like turn on his camera or microphone. Like, he's like, what does that mean? You're gonna hack me? What's going on?
I don't know. Like, maybe he's hip. He seems like a hip dude. Like, tries to keep up. Oh, there's the Carter Library, but that's
That's where all
Maybe
of
it's
his
about-
books are kept.
yeah. That's they all get one of those, don't they? They're little libraries.
I didn't get one. They didn't give me one.
Didn't give me the library.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Well, U.S. presidents are fucking.
They're goofy.
They're
guys.
a hoot and a holler.
They're,
I used to be.
They're
I used to be
a hoot
obsessed
and a
with George
Hooverr.
Bush as a kid. I thought George Bush was like.
Dude, I thought
thought
George Bush was so badass when I was a kid because I grew up with a
No,
Republican
yeah.
dad. So like he always listened to conservative talk shows like on the radio, and I'm like, George Bush fucking rule. Well, I didn't say fucking. I'd say like George Bush freaking rules. And I remember doing a class project in 2004 where we had to like write down who we're gonna vote for if we could vote, and I remember putting George Bush.
Oh. Yeah, I remember like
Over that sick
Nickelodeon
fuck
did
Al
that as
Gore.
well.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon had like mock elections, and I actually let me see. Nickelodeon election, because I remember looking this up on stream a while
I'll
ago.
tell you
and
what, mock elections about all that we got here too.
Hey. Oh, dude. George Bush won the 2000 Nickelodeon elections against Al Gore. 55% against 45.
Thank
But
God.
then, ever since then, it's just been Democratic ever since.
Was Trump won in 2020 on the Nickelodeon election? He like cites that
73%.
in court, cites it in court. Like, no, it says right here I won by 73%.
Wait a minute.
SpongeBob and Patrick voted for me, and I don't know why I'm not in the office. Sandy
Wait,
Cheeks voted for crooked Hillary.
Get this. 2016, Hillary Clinton got 53%. Trump got 36%. Gary Johnson got 11% on the Nickelodeon election.
Maybe they thought they're voting for fucking Gary the Snail. How the fuck would he get 11% of the votes?
And Nickelodeon kids love a good libertarian front runner. So
And also, Trump almost won in 2020. Biden just barely fucking got by on 53%.
how long ago did they start doing these?
They've been doing them since 1988, according to this little
What the hell?
little wiki page. And
It says
H.W.
right
Bush
here-
won the first one.
Right here it says I got 53% of the votes on the Nickelodeon Kids Pick the President contest.
And 23% for Gary Johnson. 23.
I just can't believe that he got so many votes. Like, how did they even know about him?
Yeah, I don't know. They've definitely
Oh.
misclicked or some shit.
Libertarian candidate Joe Jorgensen voiced her disapproval with the Children's Network for leaving her off the poll and stated that they were complicit in indoctrinating our children, that there are only two parties.
Wait, from what party?
From the Libertarian Party.
That is
I
so
love
good.
filing like a formal complaint against Nickelodeon because they didn't put the Libertarian candidate on the fucking ballot.
It's
the kids picked
it's
the president.
It's the most fucking success they've ever seen in their life. So it's like, it's the only way that they can, I guess, get those votes together.
Oh, I'm good old Gary Johnson. I'm a Johnson head myself.
He's a little silly guy.
Yeah, well,
We need more little silly guys in office like Gary Johnson.
we need more little silly guys. We
In
need
general.
that, I don't know who's a good silly guy to have. Seth Green, the voice of Chris Griffin. He's a silly little guy.
I feel
Or
like
like
he would be
Seth MacFarlane.
libertarian, though. He would be running against Gary Johnson, I feel like.
Yeah, after he got like mugged in that parking lot, that probably flipped him. So he's probably like full libertarian now. Was that real? Was that real? Or was that staged?
I was gonna say, I'm like, I've never heard of the Seth Green mugging incident, but
Seriously,
I gotta
it was
look
caught
this
on
up.
security cam, and he like comes into set and like flips on everyone, like flips a table and shit.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
god. Well, how did I not know about this? Family Guy used to be my favorite show growing up.
Oh yeah, Seth Green getting mugged and freaking out YouTube clip. Oh,
And he
Poor
comes in
Seth Green.
screaming because like no one was there to like protect him.
damn. Was he like screaming in the Chris voice, or is it like his normal voice?
I wish you
Like, why
screamed in
didn't
the
nobody
Chris
help
voice.
me?
I mean, if you ask me, the cast of Family Guy should have like Secret Service protection. Like those are
100%.
some of the most important people in our country.
Someone could walk up to Seth Green on the street and flip him upside down and throw him down on the concrete, and there's no more Chris.
What is he getting fucking
That's
pulled
a
up by like a
national
cartoon character?
Like pick him up like a cartoon character, start like shaking him, and like chains falls out of his pockets, and you're like, "Give me all your money."
No.
I mean,
my
Seth
money.
MacFarlane especially, because he does like fucking like 70% of the voices. So if he's gone,
He
what
was
are we
almost
supposed
on
to
that
do?
plane on 9/11.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
him and Mark Wahlberg. They both were.
Well, Mark Wahlberg, if he was on that plane, things would have gone down a whole lot differently that day.
Yeah, he would have. He would have said, well, "Hold on, we're gonna fly home safe."
there would have been no
Would've said-
Twilight.
What are you kind of guys doing? Come on, you're busting my balls here. Seriously,
You're busting
What's
my
the deal?
balls, terrorist.
what's the deal?
Oh my fucking god!
I'm on this
This is-
plane and things are gonna go a lot differently. I wish
Christ,
that's
that
what
whole
he said.
article.
He would have been on the plane and he said that straight to the terrorists.
He would have been stabbed.
He was very proud of that too, and then they made him apologize for being a patriot. Can you believe that?
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe this shit. What happened to this country? A man used to be able to lie about his 9/11 experience and say he would have been a hero and stopped it without any consequences, and now all of a sudden they're going to cancel you for being a patriot.
It's fucked up.
It's fucked.
I've also been seeing that you like a lot of you like Malcolm in the Middle, right?
Yeah, I'm actually doing a binge rewatch right now, and I'm on season 4. I just started season 4.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been binging through it. I haven't finished it yet, but over the last year, I've been watching it a lot, and I really love it. I think it's probably one of the best shows ever.
It is. I think it's my favorite show of all time. It's fucking fantastic. I can't get enough of that sweet goofy family. I think my favorite episode is Lois's birthday. I think it's the best written and just the overall funniest.
Yeah,
the scene when Hal comes in to like comfort Lois, and she's like, "They don't even remember it's my birthday," and Hal's just
one of the episodes that I really like is it's not like particularly the best episode, but for something about it just always like gets me. It's this one episode where Francis, they go to like that thing in like New Orleans, like some kind of like there's some kind of like party in New Orleans, but then he gets food poisoning. Yeah, Mardi Gras.
Oh,
they go to
I
Mardi
watched that
Gras.
one 2 days ago.
Yeah, I thought the little like remix that they always had in the background.
Oh yeah,
really
it's like
funny.
the club remix of In the Jungle.
Yeah, literally. I really fucking love that show. It's like
It's fantastic.
I started watching because I always wanted to watch it as a kid because I watched like Breaking Bad as it was coming out when I was like fucking 12 years old, and I was like, this guy's the coolest dude ever. And then everybody told me about Malcolm in the Middle, but I didn't really get around to it. But
Well,
like,
I watched that when I was a kid, like every day after school, and
mhm.
I loved it. Made me wish
as
I
a
had
kid,
a brother.
especially, it would have been fucking crazy.
Oh, it was great when I was
Yeah.
like 9, like 8 and 9. Like it was fucking awesome. I started watching. I was like Dewey's age, and it was amazing. It's so funny. So then when they put it on Netflix for the first time when I was in high school, I binged all 151 episodes and then immediately started it over. It's like a comfort show to me, and it's
me
it's
too.
genuinely hilarious, but also like they make you care like about the family, and like
Mhm.
it's very sentimental. It's pretty dope. It's pretty you know,
It is. There's a
little bit
lot.
of
There's
this.
and it really, to me, it cements like Bryan Cranston is just like, I think one of the best actors ever because he's got so much fucking
Yeah.
range.
He's in a show that I watched the first season. There was only one season on Showtime. It was like a limited series where he plays a judge and his son is involved in like a hit and run and he covers it up. And I watched the first season. It was like fucking phenomenal. And then they are making a second season and it's coming out like this month and I'm stoked to watch it.
Oh, that's fucking exciting. Yeah,
tell you
whenever he's in something, I'm always excited to take a peep.
Dude, I was looking at what the other actors have done and I watched a trailer for a movie that Lois was in last year, and she's in a scene with the woman who plays Marie on Breaking Bad, and they're like standing next to each other. I'm like, this is weird as hell.
Damn.
But
Yeah,
there's also another movie that just came out where it has a oh yeah, it has Bryan Cranston and Chuck from Better Call Saul like all in like having dinner together. And I'm like, they're just really making all these shows cross over now. Like just because
I wonder how much they talk about it. How much
this
they talk
actor
about
was
their
in
little,
that
like-
and this one was in this. Let's cast them both.
Get them both in.
I had that happen recently with I've been watching The Sopranos a lot. That's like one of my favorite shows.
Oh, I've been
as
meaning
well.
to watch that.
Same.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. Not only is it a really good show as like a drama, but it is actually like there are so many jokes in it, and a lot of them are a little bit low key. So when you rewatch it, you notice them, and it's like it gets me every fucking time.
I really want to watch it. My buddy Ben's been like on his like 4th watch right now.
Oh yeah, it's one of those shows where like I think I'm gonna keep rewatching it until I die. Like it's so
I've been meaning
good.
to. My favorite
if you
show is the
do-
Hooverr show. I love watching him.
Thank you so
It's
much.
like the Truman Show.
I know. I've been working really hard on that, and I've spent a lot of money on it. I'm glad that's finally getting the recognition it deserves. So thank you so much.
I will shout it out on my podcast as well. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank
Aw.
you.
Absolutely, that's what I'm here for. That's what friends are for. You know,
Aw,
We're all little besties in this call.
we are.
we're little charlatans. You know,
Mhm.
We are. I'm
We're
so
little,
glad to be here with the two of you.
rapscallions. Me too. It feels good.
It's a good podcast, baby.
I know.
I just feel like the times that we had together in LA, they were like some to remember.
They definitely were. I miss them, dude.
I actually really do miss them. Like the month that I was with you, it felt like a sleepover. That's what I always tell people. Is like when I was at Matt's place, it just felt like we were doing sleepovers because it was like we were just doing all this random shit every night, and like I felt a little loose. I felt a little young.
Just a couple of boys monkeying around straightly.
And
it was
watching Family
fun.
Guy moments on the couch.
We were watching Family Guy moments. The three of us
Funny
just
moments.
chilling, just doing some wrestling, you know, just watching Family Guy.
At
It's the
times
best time
naked.
of our lives. Oh,
Sometimes a little bit. There was naked moments, but it was in like a straight way.
100%.
how could he be straighter? How can he be straight and you're naked around men?
That's what the ancient Romans did. They'd wrestle naked.
But that's
Exactly.
That's propaganda, though, right?
No, it's
We're
not.
just
They
in
did
touch
that.
with our ancestors.
Oh, you're trying to get in
I'm
touch.
full
all right.
Roman. Yeah. Next time, when you guys gonna be back in town? Add a little bit of body oil.
Curiosity.
I feel like I want to come back around the time that Crater Clash is probably happening because
I could tell you the date
because-
right now if you bleep it out.
Sure, do it. Oh, okay. That's actually good because now I have something to plan around, but I'll bleep that out.
That is good because I'm also moving, so then I don't want to like go do anything for like another month. So then that's going to
Where are
be
you
good.
moving to?
Moving back to Kentucky. Moving out of
Nice.
Austin, and I'm moving back into my mom's house. Woo!
Yo, let me come visit.
Nice.
No, yeah, you can come down in the basement with me. We can have some good vibes.
Dude,
I'll tell you
can
right
have
now.
some good freaking vibes, dude.
Mm,
What about
Good
me? Can
freaking
I come?
vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is just like honest. It's nothing personal. We just wanted some time, just the two of us, you know.
yeah,
hanging out.
yeah. Because
Oh.
like, I mean, you're a cool dude, and like, I think you're funny, and you're definitely like talented. and
No,
stuff,
you're
but
funny.
it's like,
You're funny as heck.
but it's just like, it's just one of those things with me and Matt where like the vibes at like the basement probably just
We can do
you know.
something else together.
Yeah, like
with the three
another
of us.
time. Like yeah, like we could do
Like next time you're in town, maybe Hooverr and I could take you out to get a little ice cream.
yeah, like we could go hang out somewhere remote, out in public.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
You know, like
I'll
Baskin
enjoy it.
Robbins. Do you know they have 31 flavors? I don't know if they have Baskin Robbins where you're from.
They actually
but it's
do
an
have
ice cream
Baskin Robbins in
place.
Estonia.
I said that so like racistly.
I don't know if you have that where you're from, but
No, here's
well,
the thing is though,
flavors.
it's fucking random that we do have them because I didn't realize we had them until recently. I think I came back from America and I was just looking up ice cream places and there was just a Baskin Robbins in the middle of my city and I
They
was
were
like, what the
"It's
fuck?
gone, quick, put it in."
It's
put in the 32 flavors.
31.
31.
Don't mess that up. It's in the logo.
I'm sorry.
The
You know what you
B
should
and
get
part of the
from-
R?
You know what you need to get from Baskin Robbins? Have you ever seen that one fucking like large Oreo shake that's like 2,000 calories?
I
I think it's
genuinely-
like,
I don't know.
2,600 calories.
like a large chocolate Oreo milkshake. And it's like,
I don't think they're
fuck.
legally allowed to sell that here. I genuinely think there would be like legal issues with it.
You gotta
Actually,
make
let me see.
yourself-
You live in the Soviet Union. They don't let you have happiness there.
26,000 calories of happiness.
Let me see if they have like a menu. I wanna see if I can.
Baskin Robbins Oreo Shake Estonia.
No, yeah,
you
they
gotta
don't have
get
it. They definitely do not have it.
Bullshit. 1984.
Also, like, if you like let an Estonian drink that, like Estonians, they just fucking eat meat and potatoes, and then you give them that fucking 2,000 calorie Oreo shake, they're gonna die. Like, there's just no question about
Yeah,
it.
2,600 calories, 263 grams of sugar. That's insane.
I'm really
32
confused.
ounces.
I'm really confused because I'm looking at a picture of the nutritional facts about it,
Uh-huh.
and it has allergy data, which shows like if there's eggs, if there's milk, if there's peanuts. It's got wheat. Checks yes for wheat, for soy, for milk.
Mhm.
For some ungodly reason, it checks yes for crustaceans.
There's something
Look
in
it
those
up.
Oreos, man. Something in those goddamn Oreos.
What is a
What
crustacean?
the fuck? Why? Like crab?
What?
Like a sea creature.
What?
Yeah, there's not enough crab in this Oreo shake.
That's where they get the
That's
calories
fucking-
from.
That's fucking disgusting.
All the water in New York City has micro crustaceans in it. Do you know that?
I thought the water in New York City was supposed to look really good. That's what all the New Yorkers tell me.
It's what makes the bagels so good is the microcrustaceans.
Oh, dude. Don't even get me started about the bagels. I that's what I miss about New York City is the food. The food went hard.
The food was, yeah, it's pretty good. I was there like 11 months ago.
Yeah, I want to go back. I want to go back for a little bit of a longer time because I went for a few days and it was awesome. I went to the World Trade Center. I went to Central Park. I did all the little spots.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. The first time I saw the new World Trade Center, I was like, I thought it was gonna be a lot taller. I was surprised.
Yeah,
even though it's taller than the previous ones.
It's kind of crazy because when I was like standing next to it, I looked up like this. It did make me a little bit dizzy. But I guess in your head, you always kind of make it bigger than it is.
I could build a taller building if I wanted.
Jimmy Carter could.
I'm gonna get me and Jimmy are gonna team up. And we're gonna build the World Trade Center 2.
Ooh,
or I guess 3. But it's gonna be awesome.
Are you gonna build it like right next to it, or are you gonna have to like build it in somewhere in like Virginia? Because I don't know if you can find a plot in Manhattan.
Probably go to like Wyoming, North Dakota. There's a lot of land up there.
Put it in the middle of a field. This fucking skyscraper.
Jimmy
in the
Carter's
middle
out
of a
like
cornfield.
23-degree weather in the middle of fucking winter. Jimmy Carter's just out there building a fucking skyscraper in the middle of nowhere.
Nailing like 2 nails a day.
He's like really slowly just going.
Oh,
like, I'm gonna get done by 2030.
Stop it, guys. Jimmy's trying his best, man.
I know.
I have to change his diaper every half hour.
Huh? How many houses?
I actually have built houses.
Count.
I have.
Really?
I went on a Christian mission trip to Jamaica when I was like 16, and I built houses. Real? Yeah, I had to mix cement. I had to shovel it. I had to lay bricks. Yeah.
How did that change you as a man?
It didn't.
Well, I'm glad you had that experience.
No, it was a fun experience. Minus the house building.
What else did you do? Did you do some like fun little shenanigans in Jamaica? What'd you get up to?
No, we were in like the rural mountains of Jamaica, so like we weren't at like the not the fun part. But I remember I was trying to be a good Christian and do my part, and we were building houses in this like one little very rural collection of houses that all shared one well for water, and there's this like little kid like trying to get the bucket up from the well, and he's struggling with it's kind of heavy, and I was like, oh, let me help this kid. So like I pull the bucket up, and he dumps the water out, and he needs more, and I'm like, hey, I got you, don't worry, because he's like slowly lowering it down, and it just hits the surface and floats on top. So I'm like, oh, just needs a little force. So I take the bucket from him, like, here, watch this. And I dropped it so it would like dunk, and I saw the end of the rope just go whoop because it wasn't tied to anything. So I dropped their one bucket down to the bottom of the well, and the kid just looked at me with this look like he was going to be in so much trouble, and he just ran off. And I was like, uh-oh. And they had to get these like 3 7-foot Jamaican dudes to come out with all of these long like sticks, and they had to grab him by his ankles and like lower him down into the well. It took like 3 men to get the bucket back.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So I don't like, because like, you're there, you're supposed to be doing good to spread like the good image of Christ, and like that kid growing up is probably just like his image of like Christianity and like help is just so tainted. Because he probably got in so much trouble.
Would have helped you with that, man. That was
that was
that's fucking insane.
Yeah, I remember there was this one kid that was my age that was like insanely good at doing Ed and Eddie impersonations. Like he had the thickest Jamaican accent, but then he could just like switch straight and just flawless Ed and Eddie.
Oh my god.
Ed and Eddie is so fucking international. Like you'd go to any corner in the world, and the kids back in the day at least would know it. Like I grew up watching that shit. Oh. Well, that's a buzzkill.
That's a bummer.
You should like be more positive.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone in North Korea has seen Ed and Eddie.
Do you think Kim Jong-un has? Do you think he
Probably.
like lets himself watch it?
Yeah.
He's like a millennial, right?
He's
like,
deserved to a little treat. He gets a little treat.
Wait, if Kim Jong-un's a millennial, do you think he's ever taken a BuzzFeed quiz?
he didn't grow up in North Korea. He grew up in the West, so like he knows all about it. Like he grew up in like a rich like school in like Sweden or something, and like loved playing Switzerland, and he loved playing basketball. And like there's people that like can recall him as like their friend that they played basketball with and stuff, and he was just like a normal guy.
That's insane. I just need to talk to Dennis Rodman about all that. That is still one of the funniest fucking random things that's ever happened in North Korea. Is having Dennis Rodman come over and be like, "Yeah,
because he's just a fan of him.
He's just a fan. He's just a fan. You know, he's just a basketball guy. You know, he likes to talk basketball with him."
I love when when Dennis Rodman's on Eric Andre and he brings up North Korea. He's like, no, I don't want. That's the one thing I don't want to talk about. It's like, okay, and then he immediately just starts talking about it.
Did he say like he kissed like his dead dad on the lips or something like that?
He's like, you ever kiss anyone while they're unconscious? And he's like, oh yep. And he's like picking candy off the floor and shit. Dennis, dude, speaking of Mac in the middle, Dennis Rodman is on a new reality show where it's like 7 celebrities that have to live in a house, and 2 of them are Dennis Rodman and Frankie Muniz. So it's like,
really?
And like I watched the trailer and there's a scene where like Dennis Rodman like acts up and Frankie's like, "Come on, Dennis, don't be like that." It's just it's Malcolm in the Middle just yelling at Dennis Rodman. It's really funny.
I think I
need to watch this. What the fuck?
There's like a YouTuber on it, I think, too, that does like makeup and shit.
Did you see that? On the first like commercial space flight they're doing, like where like tourists get to go to space. You see they picked the crew and it's supposed to take off this year, and one of them's a YouTuber.
Really? Who is it? Do you know?
No idea. I'm just bummed. Bummed it wasn't me.
You did the 0G stuff, right?
No, we went to space.
Really?
I'm just bummed I couldn't go back. That's what I was saying.
I saw that video. That was a cool video.
Yeah, we went all the way to space.
You do all those little cool things on your channel. It always makes me happy, man.
Thanks, man. We got a lot of cool stuff planned this year. Maybe you can be in some of it.
Hey, I'd love to. If you ever need 2 little silly boys, we're here for you. I always thought it was really sweet how you guys had me on the cast. I thought that was very kind.
Well, we got to have you back now that we have the cameras.
Yeah, I'm really excited to show my beautiful face. And me and Hooverr, we got to come together, man. The next time we're in LA, we'll do a little like crossover
episode.
All 3 of us could come together at my place.
Hey, wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Yep.
Yep. That yeah.
Yep, that happened. So that just happened.
Well,
down in my living room going, he's right behind me, isn't he? As Hoover's coming all over my back.
That did not happen.
I mean, okay, if we've brought it up, I got to be honest, Hooverr. I just felt kind of embarrassed because I was already at Matt's place and I said, "Can Hooverr come over?" He's totally chill. Like he does not have a history of coming on people's couches and stuff.
I was fine with it, man. I don't care.
I mean, I felt like I like kind of said that point, and then the first night, without even really like asking for permission, he just came all over your couch.
So
that was Jim. That was Jim. That wasn't me. We switched couches, and then
that was both. That was both actually. I think at separate times, of course, but
well, I mean,
I'd hope that's why there's 2 loads on the couch.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think it could have been both Jim. No, it could have both been Jim. Like, I mean, I don't have that kind of load. Like, I don't have loads like that. You know what I mean? And especially like not on the couch.
Hoover's got the smallest loads.
I don't have a lot of loads. Low T. He's got low T, and he's got no loads.
You guys got no loads, man.
We're goofy, man.
You too, man. And I want to thank you for coming on our little podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure when I get to see my friends Hooverr and Arnold. So thank you.
That's all my name. My name is Aksel.
That's your internet name. It's Arnold.
Anyways, right? I don't want to.
What?
Well, this ended on a sour note. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys.
Okay.
I'll see you guys next week, I guess.
Ooh.
I won't, because I won't be here anymore.
Thankfully.
Oh my god, dude! That what the you gotta like ruin it on such a bad
if you want to do, I didn't do. You know what? DM me on Discord. We'll call after this.
No, yeah, because you know what? I actually have a lot I want to say to you.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking god!
Oh, now you're vaping on my podcast. Do you think that's okay?
I quit, dude.
Don't do this right now, man. Like, we're about to end the podcast. It was going so good.
Also, I'm almost 27. My decisions to use nicotine as an adult are my decisions. So why does it involve you or affect you in the slightest? It doesn't.
All my viewers are 11, so I don't feel like it's responsible.
Yeah, well, maybe they should try a little of this stuff. That's smooth. You should vape if you're 11. I'm kidding. You should, no, even if you're of age, you shouldn't use nicotine. Now,
I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I smoked
parents'
cigarettes
drawer.
as a kid, and it was fun. I had fun. I
What are you
view
doing,
it as
man?
a fun part of my adolescence.
You're encouraging people to use nicotine.
I'm not encouraging. I'm just saying I had a good
You're
time.
saying it's fun,
Well, it was fun for me. I don't
and
know
it was
if it'll
part
be fun
of your
for you.
adolescence.
It was a big part of me, and it made me into the man I am today. So, like, I'm not saying
I don't know
anybody
if
should do it.
that's a flex though. Being the man that you are today, I don't know if that's exactly like a good thing.
And it's not a flex. It's just it's a fact. I am the
These
man
cigarettes
I am.
made me the man I am today.
Yeah, they made my voice deeper.
Yeah, I'm
And he
kind of
made you a
jealous of
little
that.
soybean.
He made you a small bean. That's what he made you. But don't use
No, but
nicotine.
Don't use nicotine. Thank you for listening to us, and thank you for coming on, Matthew. We love you.
We love you. I love
We have a
you.
lot of love for you.
Thank you guys for having me.
Anytime,
I gotta
man.
get both you guys on the cast soon.
We're excited for that.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.